Ice storm warnings in effect for the Carolinas as this blockbuster winter storm continues its onslaught on the mid-Atlantic. Chelsea Torres is live in Charlotte, North Carolina with the latest. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi there, Mike, Britta. Pretty much a big difference from where we were almost 24 hours ago, where we really started seeing a lot of that sleet and mix of the freezing rain come down, and now no precipitation at all coming from the sky. But what we have on the ground is just all of this slushiness that you can see. And this is one thing that a lot of emergency management officials from around the South have been saying. Even though you see it slushy, that does not mean that we're still out of the bag, because we're kind of just on the heels of more frigid air coming for a lot of the South. But here in Charlotte, anyway, we're seeing a few differences. We're seeing now more of that ice that has accumulated on some of these twigs. Still not substantial to what you've seen like in Nashville or in other areas, but nonetheless, a little bit of ice, but you can see that it's also starting to melt a little bit here. Now, if I take you around more of a counterclockwise, we're going to kind of go around the South and see what's been happening in Nashville. As you can imagine, so much ice, snow had really fallen just in the past 36 hours. And again, officials there have been talking about just how detrimental it can be right now and dangerous, not only to just be on the roads, but even to try to cut any of those trees, a lot of those down power lines. They have well over 300,000 power outages of customers just in the area of that state. So again, a lot of down trees, a lot of what's going on there. So many crews on standby. And one thing that officials there are talking about is just try to stay off the streets if you can and just stay home. Let the professionals do the work. If we go a little bit more south and we head over to Oxford, Mississippi, we know Brandy Campbell was there. Kind of the same deal. We were listening to a lot of the officials there. And one thing that a lot of people have also been wondering, when is our power going to get back on? The cold temperatures are only going to be coming back at night, each night. A lot of the officials were saying right now is the time where people need to be wary. Don't think again that everything's clear, because those freezing temperatures are back. And the hard part about ice as well is that a lot of the officials are saying the only way to get rid of it is having sunshine and higher temperatures. Again, though, a lot of these people are saying if there's one thing that you can do, it's stay off the roads. This is what one official told us earlier today.
If you don't have to get out, please don't, because they put their lives at risk, but then we put the responders' lives at risk and the volunteers that are volunteer firefighters that come out and help them.
So again, this is kind of what we see a lot in the South region too. You have a lot of volunteer firefighters, a lot of people that want to go out and help. We saw that during Hurricane Helene here in the western part of North Carolina. The community wants to go out and help, but one thing that a lot of the governors are even saying, and emergency management offices are saying, is just check on your neighbors. Make sure your neighbors are okay. Fortunately, my neighbor also checked on me before I came out today. But if you're going to be walking around in any of these cities, just know it's very icy. I heard Robert Ray say earlier that in New York City, he saw a lot of people busting their butt. Guys, I totally busted my butt when I left my hotel this morning. So you definitely have to be careful when you're out walking around.
Oh, Chelsea.
And I've learned about the penguin waddle. So do the penguin waddle, and I hear that helps on ice.
Yeah, bend your knees, a lower sense of gravity. If you pretend like you're two, you're going the right route. That's for sure.
Is busting your butt a technical term?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. Chelsea, before we let you go, I did want to have a conversation with you about the parallels here with hurricane coverage. You mentioned Helene. For our viewers that are joining us on Fox Business Network and Fox News Channel, you probably remember seeing Chelsea's face a lot because you've done important work in regards to the Helene efforts. And when you look at this type of a storm, sure, they're totally different, ice storm and a hurricane, but there are some parallels when it comes to preparation and then also the recovery process. Can you talk about the parallels that you've seen covering both events for parts of North Carolina?
Yeah, I think one thing is we heard it so many times that the people here in North Carolina, Western North Carolina, resilient, right? I think the difference is that they didn't exactly know how to prepare for this 1,000-year flood that came through and literally washed almost everything away. And so for a lot of people now, and I even heard it from the emergency management official here in North Carolina, he said after Hurricane Helene, we really understood that you cannot take anything for granted. So they made sure that here in North Carolina that they were preparing for the worst. They had so many crews on standby. They still do. There's many linemen, trucks that are out there. I've seen them in parking lots as they're preparing, waiting to go for anything that could have happened. But then when you also talk about the recovery part of it, Hurricane Helene happened September 27th, right before that leaf season, but then also right before the winter. And so one thing that it really hurt was the infrastructure. And I think that's one thing a lot of people don't remember is that the infrastructure was hurt. So the power was down and cell service was down. And when you have that, that means it's really hard to go out and refill gas. It's really hard to go out and use your credit card for any groceries or to even go get propane heating oil to heat your homes as the winter comes in. So I think this time around, a lot of people made sure they were out there getting all of their refills that they needed. The grocery stores were practically wiped out of all water, perishables, anything you could possibly need. So people really did try to prepare as much as they could this time around, at least for this winter storm that I saw.
Great context there. Chelsea Torres, thanks very much.